Welcome to A Taste of Torah with Rabbi Carol. A few weeks ago, about a month ago, we entered into the new year of 5784. And October the 14th was the first week of reading the new cycle in Bereshit. But I have not been able to record anything because a week before, on October 7th, 2023, Israel was attacked as Hamas terrorists entered in from Gaza and murdered 1,400 people. And to be honest, the last 3 weeks have been very difficult to sit down to do one of these. But I wanted to take opportunity to talk about this week's parsha, which is called VaYera, and also to encourage you concerning things happening in Israel and around the world. So this year I'm going to be looking at the second aliyah of the parsha, and in VaYera we see Abraham interceding for the city of Sodom, and because of the wickedness that is there. Praying for others is a great joy, and it's a great privilege. And I would like to encourage you to please pray for our Jewish people in the land and around the world. It has been grieving to see the evil that was done to innocent people, families who might have still been sleeping or just arising on Shabbat morning to have time together, killed and senselessly just because they were Jewish. And since then, anti-Semitism has become more blatant and has risen. I was speaking to a spiritual leader the other day, Michael and I, and they said, well, I knew that anti-Semitism was on the rise, but this really shocked me. And I said, it didn't surprise us because we have been saying that for years and trying to encourage the body of Messiah to take note of it. In the United States alone, it has risen over 400% in this past month. And you have seen, as I have, the protests against Israel, the lashing out at Jewish people, memes and texts and posts from college students to hurt other students who are Jewish. And all of this should be alarming and should provoke you and me to become intercessors. And so I want to encourage you that that is one of the best things you can do, is to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, to lift up our Jewish people before the throne of grace. It is not easy for the people living in the land. So many have been displaced from their homes. They have to stay within seconds of a shelter where they can go to safety if a siren sounds off, because that means a rocket is coming in. And around the world, again, there are threats to Jewish people, signs being posted, no Jews allowed in this establishment. Does it sound familiar? It should, because that's exactly what Nazi Germany did. And I want to encourage you, especially if you are a follower of Yeshua the Messiah, and you are part of a local congregation, a church, to mobilize your church and your congregation to pray for Israel and to pray for Jewish people and to take a stand. During Nazi Germany's reign of evil and atrocities against the Jewish people, the church, for the most part, stood silent, as did the rest of the world. My family and our congregation is doing our part to try to encourage people not to be silent, but to speak up, to pray, and to be proactive in saving Jewish lives as much as you can. So I wish you a Shabbat Shalom. If you are here in New York, you are welcome to join us tomorrow morning at Beth Emanuel here on Long Island in Holbrook at exit 61 of the LIE. Our services start at 11 a.m. and we would love to have you come and join us. It is the first Saturday of the month, so we are going to have bagels and coffee afterwards. So I want to say God bless you and thank you for joining me. And I will begin to post weekly these Taste of Torahs for 5784. God bless.